Welcome to the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi After the Show podcast.
You know how we said in today's morning pick-me-up that it's such a gift to have a canceled meeting. Everybody loves it when a meeting is canceled and you have all this free time. Well, so on Friday afternoon, when we were getting ready to leave here, I got a call from my doctor's office. I had a very important doctor's appointment. You know, Murphy, this was my follow-up since my bone scan. I do have osteopenia. I do have osteoporosis. I am high risk for a bone fracture. I'm not allowed to ever get on roller skates again, etc. I'm not supposed to be climbing trees.
And by the way, you're on the very much young end, probably below the young end of where it's normally discovered and diagnosed.
One doctor told me, Jodi, you've got the bones of an 80-year-old woman. And
that makes you feel good, huh?
She
That's
was sort of joking, but there's only parts of my body that are that way where the bone is especially weak and hollowed out, which makes me a high risk for a fracture. So yes, I have been treating this aggressively for 3 years. Once a year, I had these infusions. I had an infusion, and you could only have 3 of them because of the possible side effects. So that's been done. And after my 3rd infusion, I had a bone scan. And so this appointment on Friday was the doctor going over my bone scan with me, my results. Like, what are your results? Did it work? And what is where are we going from here? Because I've also been told, Murphy, you know, that it's not like I'll take medicine or infusions and be done and like, dun, 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 dun. I have to treat it for the rest of my life. Have to treat it for the rest of my life. Otherwise, another doctor told me, your bones will continue to eat themselves. But you know what? I appreciate that kind of language because that helps me. I'd rather a story like that because that sticks in my gut when I'm doing all the things like eating all the calcium, eating all the yogurt, and doing all the things I'm trying to do to help myself. I need to hear that my bones are eating themselves because I need to stop that. So anyway, I keep getting this phone call when we were trying to wrap up and leave Friday afternoon. And I'm like, I think that might be my doctor's office. And Murphy's like, answer that.
Yeah.
They were respectfully requesting I do it tele-appointment or whatever.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, okay. I kind of wanted to be in the room with him. He's a very hands-on doctor, and I really like him, and I just wanted to be in the room with him. It's very important to me. It's a vulnerable appointment to me. But it was like, no, he wants to do it with you via whatever, screen. So I went home. I got in the family room in my comfortable spot, Murph. I logged in plenty early, all that good stuff. I made sure the dogs had been handled so they wouldn't bother me. So do you want to know what went wrong first, or do you want to know what I was told about my bones?
Well, first, was he on the beach?
Yeah.
No.
I was thinking golf course myself. But.
Oh, no. He was in, it looked like his home. He was in an office. He was at his at a desk.
Of course.
Yeah, sure.
I knew it was.
Zoom has those backgrounds. I mean, did he have the white jacket on too?
No, he did not. He wasn't running game on me. I mean, he was so thorough. He was wonderful. And he may have been in his home office. Not my business. He was still giving me his undivided attention.
Yeah.
He was looking at my bone scan, as results as we started. So you want to know the like health stuff first and then what went wrong?
You pick.
Murphy doesn't know. So the health stuff is this. There has been slight improvement in my bone density since those 3 infusions of a drug called Reclast. But I can't take any more of them because the possible side effects could be like dental issues, and you don't want to mess with that. So, okay, great. Only like a 3.4% increase, which really sounds bad. But he says, look, we're trending in the right direction, but your bones can, whatever medicine we're doing, your bones are also working against it at the same time. You're genetically disposed to this. You didn't do anything wrong, but we just have to manage it and fight it. And so we can't do that. So what he's recommending is a different course of treatment. It's a different drug. And I was so hopeful he didn't tell me just like pills or something like that. I don't know, just something about, I wanted to be more fierce with it.
Yeah.
Okay, you understand what I wanted something that, I wanted a treatment.
You want an infusion. You want something that goes straight in the veins.
Yes. And he says, we're going to try a drug. He named the drug. And then he said, you have a choice, Jodi. You can come to our offices and get an injection once a month of this drug, or you can inject yourself at home every day. I was like, I'll see you once a month.
Yeah. I mean, that's efficient, right?
Well, that's not why I chose it. I mean, a lot of people who want to be home more would probably say, I want to do it myself. But I am not medical person. I don't want to give myself injections unless I have to. I know you do, Murphy, because you have diabetes and
right.
you have to. You had to. You can't go to. You have to do that all the time. I don't want to trust myself with something so important. I'd rather walk in. How you doing?
I agree with that, but it is time. It's time efficient. Doing something every day that you have to focus on, 5 minutes or not, adds up.
You're right. I didn't think of it that way. I thought of it. I want a professional giving me this medicine.
That's Murphy.
No. Oh, no, I didn't think of that.
Where did he say you have to give?
I didn't ask. Oh. I didn't care. Hopefully in the booty.
It depends on whether it's intramuscular or subcutaneous.
I know.
That's what I told Jodi.
But this is not guaranteed yet because this. I hope this is the course of treatment, but insurance has to approve it. He has to make the case for she does need this. Here's the proof. Here are the bone scans. Here's her age. She needs this treatment. And insurance is, of course, in power. I'm waiting. He said it will be about 2 weeks before I know for sure whether this will be the course of treatment or if we have to look at something else.
And I'm sure that's the age thing, too, that a lot of insurance companies won't pay for certain things until you're over a certain age.
Okay. Well, the other thing, though, he was like towards the end of this discussion, and it's Friday afternoon. I'm in the family room, and he's like, do you have any questions for me? And we talked about my, blood panel results because I had done blood work for him days before he was talking to me, and everything is in the right range where it should be. I was like, great, like everything, like vitamin D and calcium, which was very important for me to get back into my system when I realized I had this because I had slacked off on it for years. And not that he even said, there's no amount of vitamin D and calcium you could have given yourself that would have prevented you getting this. It would have just been better for your bones for you to have been doing it. So I said, okay, now that we know my bones are a little bit better, am I still supposed to take the same amount of calcium and vitamin D? And should I continue to do it separately? Because what I take is a calcium and a vitamin D separate. You can buy them together. And he started to explain to me. And anyway, the way I phrased the question was, how much vitamin D and calcium do I need every day? And I mean me, after having all this treatment. I said those words, and what do you think happened, Murphy? Our stupid smart speaker loudly answered and wouldn't shut up. The amount of calcium and vitamin D you need every day.
You didn't say her name.
I did. I begged her to stop repeatedly.
Well, why did she start, though?
Because I asked a question, not to her, but she thought it was of her. The way I asked it, I guess, was sort of robotic. When I said to him, okay, so how much vitamin D and calcium do you recommend I have every day? And I mean me, not just any person, but she answered for any person, and I couldn't make her stop.
So wait, it was Alexa or Google?
I think it was Google in the family room by the TV.
That would have been Google.
That's Google.
Yeah. Gemini.
Murphy's got stuff everywhere, so I'm like, and I'm so embarrassed. I'm on the screen, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't make her stop. And I was like, stop! No! I was doing all that. And she would not stop. She finished her whole FDA spiel in the middle of the call.
Did she say she's not a doctor and you should seek medical advice from a professional?
I don't know because I was so busy.
They always do that at the end.
I was so busy apologizing to him. And you know what he was doing? He was laughing.
He probably didn't hear it because the noise cancellation, anytime that we're on like Teams meetings or Zoom calls, it winds up being, people apologize for their dogs barking and all that. And it's like, I don't hear anything. Or do you hear that loud clapping and thundering? No, I don't hear that. So maybe, did he say he heard it or he didn't?
He heard it. He could hear it.
He did.
He was
that is funny.
He said something about the kind of advice she was giving. But
was it the same advice as him?
I don't know because I couldn't hear her for I was trying so hard to make her stop. And I was trying to say all the right things, but she just wouldn't stop.
Yeah, I'm going to have to see why that one's automatically doing that, because even you don't say her name, yet she wants to start answering questions.
She wants to jump in on the convo.
Yeah, it's happened a lot, yeah.
But if you're listening to this podcast and you want to know what he recommended for me, which I do think is right in the middle of the, if you asked it, it's for me, it's 500 milligrams twice a day of calcium.
Oh, wow.
And an additional, vitamin D. And I can take like Caltrate or the other one that's pink. I can't remember what it's called, but that are calcium and vitamin D together. And as he explained,
there's a Costco Kirkland brand too.
Sure. And Murphy knows it too. You have to have both because the vitamin D takes the calcium and puts it where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, they work together. That's one thing that I never really understood about certain vitamins and combinations. there's a reason that they wind up being packaged together, because that's how the body will naturally process it.
Yeah. He even said it in his own way. He's interesting to communicate with. He said, yeah, the vitamin D takes if you take the calcium without the vitamin D, it's just going to sit there. It doesn't go where it's supposed to go, but the vitamin D picks it up and puts it where it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Again, I need those sort of visualizations from him. And I love him.
He said that, not Google.
He said that, not Google. Yeah, Google sounded like a reading out of a medical journal, of course.
Well, the Gemini stuff now, every time it's punctuated at the end with the, I'm not a substitute for medical advice, nor am I, which is good. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you want AI to be, for anybody that wants to use that in place of a doctor, you should not do. Yeah. It's just reminding you.
It just, I need to make sure the next time and it was funny because the instruction before the appointment, which I guess everyone has this when you do this. I've done very little of these kind of appointments. The instruction would get in a private, quiet space, and I thought I was in a private, quiet space.
Until
she interrupted.
So how do you feel now that you have the feedback, the results, and you know what you're supposed to be doing for the future?
I'm anxious to get the approval from the insurance. I'm hopeful that we don't have to fight insurance for me to get the treatment because, as he told me, my bones are being eaten. And I'm doing everything I can. I'm doing all the right kinds of exercises and strength exercises and flexibility to do what I can. And my diet, I've changed my diet to strengthen bones because you don't feel this. You don't know you have it unless you easily break a bone. That's when people learn they have it.
So I understand the 3 doses a maximum for reclass and that it has side effects, like you said, very negative dental side effects. If you continue to use it, does it continue to work, though? Are those 3 doses enough to last for years or decades?
I didn't ask that
was
question.
It only temporarily? Because you had mild improvement, which is great.
He wanted, if I don't treat it from here on out, the improvement will have been lost. He did say that.
All right,
if
well,
we
that
don't
makes
do
sense.
something now and strike now, that the reclass is done. You're done with your 3. We've got to strike now. Which is why he's pushing this through already. So hopefully we can do it.
Okay.
The only side effect to these injections, supposedly, and he's like, you need to be careful to stay really on target with your calcium and vitamin D and not fudge it because the side effect from this next medicine is kidney stones.
Oh.
Possible. That doesn't mean it'll happen. It means it's a possible side effect.
Just means you need to hydrate more then, right?
And great.
Which everybody needs to do anyway.
I'm down.
Well, Murphy, if you really need a good answer on that reclass, I know where you can find one.
Okay, yeah.
It's in the family room.
Yeah.
Missed any part of the show? Get it all on the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi podcast.